Today, a Corpus Christi man learned his fate for a fatal shooting which happened 3 years ago. Josiah Cantu was shot in March of 2016 as he and his friend at the time, Austin Fair, were allegedly mishandling a gun. A year after the incident, evidence was presented to a grand jury that implicated Fair on the charge of manslaughter. Today, he appeared in a court to take a plea deal. Our Madeline Dart was there.
Fair appeared before Judge Carlos Valdez on Wednesday afternoon to accept a plea deal in exchange for admitting his guilt. After learning what his punishment is, Cantu's stepmother and father gave an emotional victim's impact statement.
The Cantus declined to be recorded during their statement, but in short expressed their devastation and disappointment in Fair. Fair will spend 4 years on probation as a part of his guilty plea to criminally negligent homicide and evading arrest with a vehicle. As a part of the sentence, Fair will also have to spend time in jail on the anniversary of the incident.
He understands what he did was that he played with a gun and it was dangerous, and so he's taking responsibility. He is apologizing to the family. He is sad. He did lose his best friend too, and so it is just a sad situation all around.
Fair's attorney says the amount of jail time he will serve each year has yet to be determined.
At the end of the hearing, it was decided that both sentences will run concurrently.
Our Madeline Dart with that report.